La 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 la. How you doing, folks? How's everybody doing? Everybody doing good? Rank me up. Come on. Pierce, you were first. Well done, lad. Well done indeed. Let's see, we're at 16. Now we're on to 17. We're making progress. It's good, it's good. Let's do this thing. Come on. Come on. Launch me into the wall. Tally her. It was an interesting day at work. Yeah, some days you just kind of can't predict what's gonna happen. It's kind of nutty. Alright. Two healers, okay. We're gonna launch right into this thing. No need to rest on ceremony. Come on, open the gates. Woo! Here we go. Let's go, boys. Come on. Come on now. Alright. Oh my god, those guys are fucking idiots. Oh my god, someone who's actually gonna hold the objective. Me! Of course, my teammate's gonna let me die. Because they fucking suck. Every time. Every fucking time. Why is it I'm the only one who gives a shit about the fucking objective? What a great start to my afternoon. Every fucking time. It's like, no, let's go all fight it out over there. Crystal doesn't matter. It's almost like it's almost like that's the whole point of this mode or something. Huh. Fucking hell. Oh, I hate having shitty teams. Come on, people. It's crystalline combat, not KD ratio of the day match. My fucking god, stay on the crystal. Kill the fuckers who are trying to take the crystal. Why is this so fucking hard? Every time. Every fucking time. Ugh. Nobody on my team. Thank you. I rightfully earned that commendation, whoever gave it to me. Because I actually fucking held the point! What a concept. How's everybody doing today? I hate incompetent people. Aw, the other rewards aren't there. Is that because that's probably because I capped out on them, right? No, I didn't cap out on either. Okay. I guess they just stopped including them. Well, they at 6. Open me up, gentlemen. Here we go. Alright, fingers crossed this team is halfway competent. Alright. Fingers crossed this team isn't. Come on, open them gates wide. I'd like to go to war. Come on. There it goes. That guy died fast. Ow. At least this team is actually trying to hold the objective this time. Eh, fucking got nuked off of it. Yay. Come on, come on. Move me back in. Move me back in. Thank you. Boom. Good to know my team gave up. It's always good to see, you know? They gonna prove me wrong? Prove me wrong. Come on, folks. My team's doing a comeback. Come on, guys. Well, at least we made progress with it. Fuck. Stunned! Damn it. There we go. I'll give my team credit. There was at least a little bit of bite back at the end there. Too little, too late, but credit where credit's due. There was at least some bite back. Alright, next one. Boom. Close. Tally ho. Umbra. Alright, 2 tanks, a healer, and 2 DPS. 2 tanks, a healer, and 2 DPS. Alright. Come on, baby. Open them doors. Open them wide. Come on. Come on. 15 seconds to go. Come on. Game face on. Come on. Woo! Let's go. Tower 4, gentlemen. And ladies. Ladies and gentlemen. Gentlemen and ladies. Yeah. Get off my lawn! Move that crystal. Move that crystal. Come on. Yes. I got another point. Come on. Move it, move it, move it, move it. Come on. Come on. Almost there. Come on. And game, set, match, baby! I wish I could commendate my entire team. See, it matters so much if you get a good team or not. So much. Moving on, what's up? Welcome to the stream, how you doing? Series of it up, yeah, baby. Alright. I don't even care that I was basically not on the board. I don't care. Yeah, I don't care. We won. I served my role in this match. I was distracting. Me and my glorious thighs. They couldn't keep themselves off me. They had to take out the tank. Didn't work. Or one of the tanks. There was two tanks. Alright. Well, first let's grab our mum stones and get me up to 7,000. Actually, that reminds me. I kind of want to... I haven't looked at all the weapons, I don't think, for... I'm definitely not getting any of the trophy crystal gear, because none of it's really... Meh. But, I do want to check out some of the weapons. I think I checked out most of these last time. I can't remember if I missed any. No, I think I checked out all of them. Okay. Just double checking. A job still at the ARCHFIEND armor hunting, I see? Yes, yes indeed. That's my main thing until I get it. That's my main go. Actually, hold on. I forgot to do my front lines. I was told that if I do my frontline roulette, that actually adds XP to the series. And because it's a roulette, you get more, so hopefully that's true. And if that's the case, let's do that real quick. Well, as real quick as frontlines are. Jelani Wood, welcome to the stream. Is the ARCHFIEND armor basically the Lich King armor? No! God, I've been in this argument all regularly. No, it looks like Sauron or the Witch King. Way more than it looks like the Lich King from World of Warcraft. I don't know why everyone's making that comparison. In my opinion, it doesn't look that close. I get it, I get that there are similarities. I'm not gonna deny. Like I'm not saying like they're completely different, but it's way closer to Sauron or the Witch King of Angmar. Way closer. Anyway, how you doing, Jelani Wood? Doing good? Because Lich King is more relevant to the people that are here, I suppose? I mean, I would hope Lord of the Rings, most people would, would remember some of the characters are saying. Some of the awesome schmossome characters. Baddies from Lord of the Rings. Arguably. Partial inspirations for some of the stuff that we saw in Warcraft. Just saying. I'm still kind of half convinced that George R.R. Martin got the idea of the Night King and that whole thing partially from Warcraft. I'm a little bit convinced of that. I have no basis for that other than the similarities, but I kind of want to believe that George R. R. Martin was borrowing from more than just history and Tolkien. I think he was. I feel like the man might have played Warcraft 3 back in the day. You know what I'm saying? I have my suspicions. You saw the FF11 event announcement. If it's the Maiden one thing, then yes. I was shared. Moon shared that with me in DMs. It starts April 28th. All right, so we're gonna do front lines. I will ride my glorious mount into battle. Yes! Yes! To war! Wait, what team am I on? We're Maelstrom, aren't we? I hope we're Maelstrom. Where's the flag? Usually it says. Nope, the star's on the Order of the Twin Adder. No! Why the Adder? Come on, give me my Maelstrom. Can I get out? Everybody borrows from Tolkien. Most do. To a degree. Hey look, there's several people with the Garo stuff. I still have the Makai Reaper thing equipped, so... I'm leaving that equipped until I get something. Alright. So rule number 1 in frontline, stay with the biggest horde of your group. Alright. Taking this one. Uh-oh. Large grouping. Not good. Oh, fucking nukes! I hate that shit, man! It's so cheap! The fucking Kamehameha waves really gotta get nerfed, bro. They're way overpowered. I'm a tank! That shredded my health. Ah! I get it being a powerful attack, but goddamn, man! That just shreds health! Sorry. I will have to live with it, I'm afraid. No, damn it. I meant for that to go the other direction. Alright. Yeah, they're holstered up there, and I don't want to try and knock them off of it. I don't think that'll work out. Alright, gentlemen, time to move out. Let's keep her going, eh? Ow. To the center of the battlefield, we go. We march. To war! Alright. Nukes. Am I getting it? Ooh, occupied, bitch! Welcome to our territory. Come on, bitch! Yeah, baby. I see we both have the same idea. I probably didn't get that kill. Which sucks. I would have loved to get that one. And Dark Knight v Dark Knight, I would have loved that kill. Just saying. Come on, get ballsy. That's right, fuck off. Uh-oh. Gonna retreat. Fuck! You cunts! No! That did not work out in my favor. Right, boom. So I died twice so far. And most of us are over there. No, no, no. I think most of us are actually over here. A good chunk of us are clustered in there fighting. Why did I get slowed? Discrimination! Moving up, moving up, moving up. Come on, Summoner. That's right. Regret your decisions. Dragoon, fuck off. My shield. I hate it when they turn me into a shrubbery. Alright, come on. Standard issue health, Elixir, come on. Oh, come on! Who always gets me with a slow? It's like, I feel like someone's always got me aggroed or something for that. Bitch! Why can't I get up my... Fuck! Hey, Elder. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. How you doing? PvP span time. Yeah, Severa. How you doing? Alright. Yeah, front lines are always fun for me though. Yeah, looks like the Immortal Flames are taking the lead. 720. Let's see if we can turn that little itty bitty around. Maelstrom are way behind. Alright, we've taken the lead by a single point. Alright, occupy it. Come on, yeah, we occupied. I welcomed you, Jenny. I responded to your comment. Hey, we win. Yay. I think our healers did good, but to be honest, it's kind of hard to tell, so I'm just going to throw my team at random. Alright, so... where did I score and kill? Pretty low, to be fair. I'm surprised I got any, though. So I got 3 kills. I only died 4 times? Is that who... okay, I didn't die the worst then. Because someone died 7 times, so... and assists. I'm pretty low on this one. Actually, no, I'm mid-tier on that one. Okay. Just taking... didn't do too bad. I received 2 commendations. Oh, wow. Corner now and get my lunch out of the microwave. I hope your lunch is good. Hope it's nice and yummy. We go to war. To hew the stone and break the door. For both the bow are burning now. The furnace roars. We go to war. I can't remember exactly how the song goes. Cuisine leftovers. It could also be hot dogs, you know? Microwave some hot dogs. Or corn dog. Just throw them in the microwave. You know. Alright, so did that progress me on the train? If it did, I can't tell by how much. But anyway, roulette's over and done with. So now back to spamming CC. Alright. Ranked. And tally-ho! Oh yeah. There we are. Send me forth. No, that's the PvP sprint. You can't use the normal sprint. Trust me, I tried. The normal sprint doesn't work. See? There's only the one. And that's the one I got equipped. See? So, in short, you're wrong. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. And here we go. Time to tear forth. Yeah, don't mind me, just gonna move the crystal. Salted earth. Crap. Crap, crap. There it goes. Yeah, okay, there we go. Got over one. No, you can't use the normal version. Rub it on. Like, the game doesn't let you, so. I couldn't if I wanted to. These slugfests always get hectic. Alright. Terraforth back in. Wait, are we neck and neck? Well, yeah, we're pretty much neck and neck. God, fuck, I got nuked. Or bombed. Either way. Alright, nah, this is where they take the lead. I'm a stubborn gnat. There we go. Yeah. Looks heavily discounted. Hey! Good to hear you got some more yarn. More crocheting you get to do. That's good, right? Bonus. Come on, mark me up. Let's go. Come on, throw me in, coach. There they are. Light party. Good, I killed the other Dark Knight. Keep stunning my ass. Oh, fuck. Minute. Ah, well, new achievement, a wolf in plate armor. I don't know what I did to get that. Your bins are full? I got 5 Really? I didn't even notice I got that many. Huh. Oh, I did only die only once. See, it's weird. I'm doing way better as a Dark Knight than I did as a Reaper. Way better. It's weird to me. Very weird. Very, very weird. Alright. Minute. Checking in. Still at 17. Damn. These are slow progress. Astra. You put sudden yarn picks? Did you? Ah, you have a lot of yarn. Whoops. Whoever this person's character is, they are my new waifu. There we go. Fucking tasers. Good to know my team is prioritizing the objective! Sorry. Still pisses me off. Oh. Nevoir TTV, welcome to the stream, how you doing? What data center are you on? I am on Crystal Data Center. How about you? You're an ether? Cool. And respawning. So you're playing Mikote. Nice. Nice. Cat girls aren't really my thing, but I'm glad you like your character. It's always good to like your own character.
playing unranked and so far 2-0 in my matches. Just don't like the feel of my PvE in main stage. Alright, so yeah, I hope you continue to enjoy it. I've played a total of, well, I don't know. The thing is, the game doesn't even actually tell you, sadly. It only tells you how many times you've won. So, but I know for every 20 matches of CC I've played, I've only won for every one victory I've gained, I've had about 20 losses, give or take, in between each victory. So, I've played easily 200, 300 matches so far in the last 24 hours. Yeah, because I started playing CC yesterday. And I've been playing nothing but that since, because I'm trying to get the ARCHFIEND set. And I've played around 200, 300 matches. Again, I don't know that's for certain, but that's my estimation based on how many times I've spammed it, and based also on the number of victories, which I know between each victory is quite a few losses, so it's a rather large pain in the arse. And I've only played 2 unranked, and everything else is ranked. I've just been spamming ranked. I don't really play casual. Oh crap! There goes. Yeah, I did a 10-hour stream yesterday, which was just me playing PvP, pretty much. The first 30 minutes, I was playing finishing the MSQ for 6.1, but the rest of it was solely spamming this. Seems like a headache. In my experience, there's not much of a difference. Casual and ranked seem to play the exact same, based on the 2 matches of casual I played and the numerous I played of ranked. There appears to be no real difference. Alright. "20 seconds before we head in." Four, 3, 2, 1, go! Gotta love dragoons. Alright, loading back in. Wait, did my whole team get nuked by those? They did. Oh, you fucking idiots. Move out of the way. Alright, go on, load back in. Yeah, this pretty much summarizes most of my matches right here. I am rarely in a good team that actually wants to win. And I'm often against teams that are really good, smart, and coordinated. Or at the very least are just competent enough that my incompetent teammates just get shredded. It's been a trend. It's been a trend. Like I said, there's about 20 losses in between each victory. Give or take. And we are making very little headway right now. eat your damn lunch? Nice. What's your damn lunch? Pork tamales? Yum. Yum, 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 yum. Alright, resume. There we go. Alright, so we've hit 18. That's good. Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more to go. 7 goddamn more. God damn. Alright. I really gotta figure out how to fucking win these more often. Like, if it... Wait, hold on. I'm
I'm gonna do what everyone should do in this situation. YouTube it. I got a bunch of Minecraft guides. Something tells me that's wrong. Seven is fewer than 10, yes, but this is gonna be an incredibly exhausting slog if I can't find a way to actually win these better. All the way at rank 8? Well, catch up. You're slow. Oh, Quasi did a tip.
Now for the folks.
Hold on. Quasi did a tip video. Let's pull Quasi.
To follow me, you know I've been playing a lot.
Oh, yeah. Loud. Okay, hold on, let me turn down just a little bit. You might just be loud in my headset, but... Alright, so this is Quasi's video. Final Fantasy XIV Crystalline Conflict Guide, 10 PvP tips to rank up. Alright, hopefully this ends up being like the magic thing that I didn't realize I needed to know. And that'll cure the whole, you know, winning one match for every 20 games I play of Crystalline Conflict. Hopefully this will be the cure.
Now for the folks who follow me, you know I've been playing a lot of Crystalline Conflict. I have finished the MSQs, but other than the MSQs, I've been playing Crystalline Conflict. I'm recording this video on day...
I know how you feel, brother. I know how you feel. It's pretty much been me. I did a 10-hour straight stream yesterday. I did a 2-hour stream this morning, and I'm doing this until I have to go to bed tonight. So trust me, I get how you feel, and I've just been ranked constantly. I wish I had like the actual number you can pull up. That would be extremely helpful. You know, I wish you could actually pull up and say like, okay, this is the number of games I've played. But they only tell you how many times you've won. They haven't told you how many times you played, and they don't tell you how many times you lost, which absolutely annoys me.
Day 2 of launch, and I'm not a god at PvP. I'm only silver rank on day 2. But a lot of PvP pros,
bro, I'm stuck at bronze. I'm bronze 3. I'm in bronze 3 hell. That's it. Like I'm in bronze 3 hell. I can't get past that. So you're doing better than me.
To my stream to share some really helpful tips and advice with all my viewers, which I personally found very helpful, and I've been taking notes religiously. So here's the 10 tips you need to know for Crystalline Conflict. I found this immensely helpful as someone who has never PvP'd in Final Fantasy XIV before, so hopefully this will help you too. Alright, tip number 1. Always fight for the objective. It sounds simple, but too many a time.
Thank you. Thank you, Quasi. Thank you so much. I'm not mocking Quasi here, by the way. I'm mocking all the people who don't fucking do this. It's so frustrating. Oh my god. I know I paused this like 12 times already. But this is so fucking frustrating, man. So often, I will be the only one trying to hold the fucking crystal while the rest of my team have gone over to bumfuck corner to fight it out with everybody else because they're obsessed with their fucking KD ratios. No one cares how many kills you got. Nobody cares how many times you died. Nobody cares how many assists you got. Fucking hold the objective. Why is this so hard? Why? It's the main point of the game. God! Sorry.
I see people ignoring the crystal, which is the objective, and instead choosing to fight or chase someone down somewhere off in other parts of the map where it really doesn't matter. Remember, the goal is to win. And to win in Crystalline Conflict, you need to push the crystal.
You don't fucking okay.
To the opponent's base. The goal is not to top the damage meters. The goal is not to top the healing meters on that summary tab at the end of the match. Always play the objective. I'll give you a real example in my matches. It's a 3v3 situation. 2 people are waiting to respawn on each team, and the opponent's crystal is almost at the final checkpoint that will secure them the victory. Against me, basically. I'm one of the 3 alive, and my team spots there's a low health enemy member. and the opponent that is on low health starts running all the way back to their base,
And they
to pop an
chase 'em.
elixir when it's safe. And two of my
Fucking
teammates,
chase 'em.
sensing the kill, sensing the bloodlust, immediately starts chasing the guy all the way to their base, which leaves me in a 1v2 scenario against an oncoming crystal that's about to touch the check.
1v2? Is that all you've had to deal with, Quasi? Because I've had to deal with 1v, like, the whole team. 1v5. Or 1v4, because the one guy who ran off, all the rest of my team ran after that guy. Who's left holding the bag? Me. Who dies? Me. Why? Because I get nuked by the Sage or the White Mage that are currently on their team that use the Kamehameha wave or bring down the Hellfire on my ass.
Back point. And naturally, numerically disadvantaged 1v2, I cannot hold down the crystal's
Trigger.
advancement by myself. And hence we lose the match. Even though the three of us have advantages because we have our LB gauges up. So this is a good example of not going for personal glory. Always favor the team objective, which is to win as a team. Let me give you another example. Some go into Crystalline Conflict with the mentality that I want to top the damage meters at the end of the summary tab of the game. So in a scenario where there's an opponent on the other team that is low, versus he has now the ability to do some insane big AoE damage, he or she might opt to do the big AoE damage because it pads his damage meters at the end of the summary tab, rather than using a single target ability that is heavy hitting that deals less overall damage to secure the kill. And if you haven't known by now, numerical advantage in Crystalline Conflict is really important, and that's why when you're outnumbered, you never fight head on. You always retreat, regroup, and then you fight head on. Never attempt to 1v5. It's not about personal glory, always think about the team objective.
Well, the thing is, by the time the 1v5 happens for me, I try to run away, but as you guys have seen throughout this stream, and for those who were there during the 10-hour stream, every time, the thing is, it happens so quickly. It's not like it's a choice, right? It's not like you see the group of 5 and you try and handle it. It's more like you're fighting them, you have teammates with you, and all of a sudden they fuck off. Either they die, or they run after, again, the weak runner that says the bloodlust, they go after him and try and kill him. And then you're left holding the bag. And then the team almost always has at least 4 players who have some kind of cheap-ass stun ability, and they all spam them on you, because you're it. You're the sitting duck. You're the guy trying to hold the bag, and they know it, so they fucking kill your ass. And you can't run away. You can't try and regroup. Why? Because you got left holding the fucking bag, and you got left to die. Because your team are a bunch of cunts. Sorry.
Objective. And that brings me very nicely into my second tip. Do not overextend or get baited into bad positions. And this tip applies to multiple scenarios. If you haven't noticed already, at the start of the match, there's a very strong tendency if you are caught out of position for you to get bursted down from 100 to 0 really quickly, especially if the opponent team is stacking melees and stuns and crowd controls. I've seen this a lot at the start of the match. Someone has a Leroy Jenkins moment and charges head on into 1v5, thinking that he or she might be able to pop guard in time to make a retreat. But the thing is, if they CC you immediately or crowd control you immediately, you have only one Purify. Let's say you Purify and you're hit with another crowd control, well then that is basically game over for you because they all have their burst up. All of them have their abilities up at the start of the match. And again, numerical disadvantage is a big thing in Crystalline Conflict. Immediately you put your team on the back foot 5v4 scenario if you die, and that's a bad situation to be in. So you always want to try and bait at the start of the match for people to commit first. You don't want to jump head first into 1v5 situations. It's a bad idea. Not overextending also implies to situations where you actually have the advantage, and I'll give you a good example. So I've actually lost matches where we were having a strong lead, and let's say we are pushing the crystal very far into their base, and some of their teammates is respawning, right? So let's assume it's like a 4v2 scenario, and we feeling overconfident, the 4 of us pushing the crystal, decides to have 2 people depart from the crystal to go and hunt down the remaining 2 folks who are camping near their base, near their respawn point. Because obviously you feel overconfident, you feel caught up in the moment. It's like, this is my opportunity to win, I want to capitalize on it. And they chase the remaining 2 opponents back to their base. The problem is when your opponents respawn, immediately the 2 people who chased all the way deep into their base might be caught by the folks who just respawn and is able to help their allies immediately. Numerical disadvantage. If they do not have Purify, any form of defensive to get out or any form of mobility to get out, then essentially they have just thrown our lead because the 4 people will wipe the 2, and then they'll come and defend the crystal against the 2 of us pushing the crystal. So while it's tempting sometimes to chase for people who are low, sensing a kill, that might not be the optimal play at all times. And I am personally guilty for this as well. Because I play a Dragoon, I can jump, I have great mobility. Sometimes I see a guy that is on the far end very
that's
low,
where I differ.
only to jump in and then
even as a
that
Reaper
was a bad
though,
play, because I didn't notice people respawning at their base.
Even
So
as a
TLDR,
Reaper, I
be
didn't
very
feel the
careful
need
at
to chase
start
the
of
rabbit,
match.
so to
Do not
speak.
get baited into 1v5 scenarios. There is no circumstance where a 1v5 scenario actually is a good play unless it's a Hail Mary play when the opponent team is pushing their crystal into your base and it's the final checkpoint they're about to win. Then maybe it's a Hail Mary where it's 1v5, all your teammates are respawning, they're seconds away, you pop guard and you go and hold up the crystal for at least 3 seconds to buy your team more time to come in. And if you have a defensive LB, you might as well use it. Because anyway, you would have lost the match if you don't stand on the crystal and try and 1v5. That is probably the only scenario where you should do a Hail Mary. Alright, the third tip is very specific. It's regarding your HUD or your user interface when it comes to PvP. So a lot of people have been asking me, how do I tweak my unit frames and make it so big for the enemies? How do I position the unit frames for the enemies and my own party members? They can't seem to find it under the HUD configuration. It's really simple. Toggling to the HUD configuration in Final Fantasy XIV, you actually need to toggle for duty. And that's where you can see the overlays for the Crystalline Conflict unit frames. And then you can drag and drop it, you can increase the scale of them. And I find this immensely helpful because by default, the Crystalline Conflict unit frames for the enemies is actually to the right of the screen and pretty far right actually. So it makes it really hard to read the opponent's health, and you do want to read the opponent's health to know what's the situation like. Also, I believe your team members' health pools are generally fixated to the left of the screen. So if you're a healer, that's also a bit awkward. So definitely configure your HUD, make it more optimal for Crystalline Conflict play. You also probably want the Crystalline Conflict lock. One of the components basically displays the kills, who killed who. But there's a very important component, especially for the third map, the cloud map, where periodically they will send you up in the air and you take 30k fall damage. So for that one, if you're able to place your log or your HUD near the center of the screen, you can actually see the countdown towards the launching of everyone up in the air. A secret trick here that some people don't know is you can actually guard, and if you are in the effect of guard, you will not be sent up in the air and take the fall damage. And that's why configuring your HUD is really important, because you need all the information you need.
I need to
make the
remember
play.
that.
And speaking about the HUD, speaking about the unit frame, that brings me to my next tip. You always want to be watching your opponent's LB gauges. And that is why I position the enemy's unit frames near the center of the screen, because you can track who has LB on the enemy team. Why is that important? Well, if you know someone like a warrior or their white mage or their dragoon or their Dark Knight has a terrifying AoE limit break that is ready to be unleashed.
This could just be me, but I've as cool and as useful as the Dark Knight limit break is, it doesn't actually, at least in my experience, it doesn't do that good of damage. It feels very nerfed compared to a lot of the other a lot of the other AoEs, like the Kamehameha wave fucking one that the white mages use. That shit is like murder. There's another one the sages use that's also a nuke. Like those ones are blisteringly painful. But for Dark Knight, though it looks cool and it does do a lot, it does do damage across the whole team if you can get them all in one pocket area. It doesn't do that much damage. It does not feel like a nuke to me at all. Like the white mage with the white mage's Kamehameha wave thing, that's a nuke. That'll kill you. If you're at half health, even as a tank, you're dead. You're fucked. Like, you're not going to survive that. But you could be at like a third health, and if you're hit with the Dark Knight's limb break, you'll live. You'll be fine. Like, you will not die. Like, it is not that great of a LB, if I'm being perfectly honest. Maybe it's just because I don't know. Maybe every time I've used it, the other team is lucked out and somehow it doesn't really register that much damage to them, or they heal really fast while it's hitting them. I don't know, but I've never turned the tide with the LB, even when, again, I've hit the entirety of the enemy team with it. The only thing I will say about it that's useful is, though it brings my health down to 0, the enemy team can't bring me down below 1 health. Well, it brings me down to 1 HP, but the enemy team, for like a couple seconds after I use it, can't bring my health down below that 1. So it's really good if you're in a situation where you're forced into a 5v1 situation and you want to survive and they're gonna kill you. But you have your LB and you can activate it, and they haven't stunned you. Really quickly activate it, and they will not be able to kill you. They can't get that killing blow in. So you're not invulnerable, but you're not gonna die for at least a couple seconds. So that gives you a chance to like quickly try and recuperate a little bit and heal, and you use the spam heal ability as best as you can to try and bring your health back up. And in that time, hopefully your team will have rallied and started helping you out again. Very, very a fantasy dream, really, but that's in my opinion, that's the real usage of that ability. It's not a nuke like the Kamehameha Wave of the White Mage or what that ability is for the Sage. I think it's a Sage that brings down like that fucking beam of light of death nuke thing. I think that's Sage, but whatever class that is, that's fucking devastating. That's horrid to deal with. And that's an actual nuke. But the Dark Knights, no, not really. It keeps you alive a little bit longer if you were about to get killed anyway. So I don't know why Quasi listed it.
You probably don't want to clump up as 5 people on the crystal, or you don't want to clump up as 5 people on a target, because chances are that is a bait, and there's a chance for them to reverse wipe you. I've seen this so many times. We are in a leading scenario, we're pushing the crystal, we're about to win, and we get reverse wiped because we clumped on the crystal and we died to an AoE LB. So you always want to track the opponent's
I will say
LB.
that we only need one person on the
Number
crystal.
One, you should always make sure you're top.
You only need, like, if you got a tank, like if I'm the only tank in my group, for example, right? I'm the only one who needs to be on the crystal. Everybody else should be kind of off to the margins. Be close. That way, if I'm attacked, you guys can immediately jump in and try and take attention. Well, my job is to hold attention, or at the very least, get that killing blow in on the enemy that's hitting me while I draw the attention. That stuff will work. But the thing is, I never see that happen. Either one of two scenarios will always happen. Either that, everybody will cluster the fuck together and we'll all get killed by the first enemy team member to use their nuke LB, which it will be spammed the moment it's available. Or they fuck off. or you're left holding the bag completely by yourself. I've not seen a scenario where they stick close. Well, no, there's a couple games where I had a good team that knew to stay close but not cluster. You know, like a healthy in between of give me a little bit of room and let me like stick on the objective and then kind of move in when they see the opportunity. But it's rare. It's very rare to see that. More often than not, everybody just either clumps or fucks off. One of the two.
Up. Don't ever be too aggressive. Number 2, don't be clumped up. You want to spread out. Spread loosely around the objective, don't clump up. And just be ready for counter plays. If you have any form of defensive LB, you probably want to think about counter plays. Maybe you preemptively LB when you see someone coming in. It's kind of an instinctive thing. Really hard to put it into words. But definitely track the opponent's LB. Another good example is if their machinist LB is up. He has a 50-yard snipe. Immense damage. You probably want to be topped up at all times. You don't want to run in with half health, because 50-yard snipe can get you from all the way back on the back lines. So that's tip number 4, watch people's LB gauges. And that also applies to your allies, by the way. If you know that your allies have a defensive LB, you can probably play more aggressively. Alright, tip number 5. Since we just spoke about the HUD earlier, let me just tell you that targeting in PvP in Final Fantasy XIV is pretty unreliable if you use tap targeting. And also in the heat of the battle, it's really hard to use your mouse and click on individual players.
Yeah.
So the best solution is actually to click on the unit frames of the enemy, which is why you see in the
I
HUD
have
the
thought
enemy
about
unit
switching
frames
to
are
that,
actually scaled to 140% because it makes it easier to click on them. And why is this important, you say? Again, numerical advantage is king in crystalline conflict, which is kind of a no-brainer in PvP. So the objective is always to focus someone down. If you see someone low, you should definitely switch targets and go for the person and try and bring him down. I think this is hands down the biggest trick in crystalline conflict.
This is probably
You
going to
need
be the
aware
most
enough to switch
important
targets.
change I switched
And this also
to,
applies to
'cause
scenario
I
where
have
if you're
noticed
sitting
that's
on
been
your
a
primary
massive
target,
pain in the
he
ass.
pops guard, do not continue hitting
I've
the
been
guard
tab targeting.
unless he's like super low and you have a chance of taking him down. Because naturally, if he has guard on, every single ability you throw at the guy for the next 3 seconds, he's taking 90% reduced damage. So that's not efficient use of your potency output at all. You should probably swap targets and then save your movement abilities to swap to the person who's low after guard runs out. A long story short, rely on the enemy's nameplate to switch targets. Do not try and tap target. Do not try and click on enemy players. It's not reliable. Alright, moving on to tip number 6. Make sure you're using your Elixir. Now, if you don't know, the Elixir is a common ability that's available to all jobs. It's a 4-second channel. It tops up your health and your MP. And I've seen some people complain about this in chat, like, why is it a 4-second channel? It's so long, it's so pointless to be used. To put it into perspective though, a death respawn at the bare minimum costs you 10 seconds. And as you continue to die in the game, the 10 seconds will extend 1 second every death. And on top of that, if you use an elixir to save your own life rather than dying and respawning, you save yourself time from running back as well. So if you...
The problem with that though, like, the problem with using the elixir is, I don't even really think it's the cast time, it's getting the opportunity to use the cast. Because the thing is, if you're being attacked at all, it won't cast. Like, if you're hit at all, it cancels the cast. So you have to be completely out of combat. And Crystalline combat is fast. It's fast. It's aggressive. Sure, I could see DPS being able to do this, right? DPS backing off and getting away from the fray and you know, and retreating far enough back quickly enough to activate it. But in my case, as a tank, it ain't happening. Like, I'm on the front line. I don't fuck off until I'm dead, pretty much. And when I'm on the front when I'm holding the crystal, I'm the target. I'm going to be attacked. I'm going to be stunned. And if I try and retreat, even if I have a full team backing me, I'm still the primary target. I cannot back off. I cannot use this. I don't even think it's a cast time. This is one of those things where it's role-based as well. If you're DPS, you have a shot of doing this. Because you're not as important... I hate to phrase it like this. But you're not as much of a focus target or a utility target as a tank or a healer. Healers and tanks have... both can do DPS, but they also have a secondary role that they play. Healer obviously heals and keeps your team, hopefully, alive longer. And tanks hold the line longer because they can take more damage over time because they have a bigger health pool. That's standard. And because of that, they're the primary targets. They're what the enemy is going after the hardest, the fastest, and they want dead as quick as possible. So if you're a tank, I'm sorry, but yes, it is useless. It is completely useless. And I'm not trying to counter his point. I think I'm adding an addendum to Quasi's point here. I'm gonna say it's useful if you're a DPS. If you're a DPS, it's absolutely useful. Or the other scenario is if your team completely wipes the other team and you have a breather moment, immediately activate that ability. That I will agree with. If you have that breather where you have even the chance at a 4-second gap, you hit the elixir, you top off, and you keep going. I forget to do that sometimes when there is a gap like that, but it's rare. It is rare to get that gap. So, but as for regular use, DPS have a chance, but healers and tanks, not so much. Healers and tanks were utility. We're going to get attacked first. We're going to be the primary kill target as soon as the fray begins. You're not, and there's no way in hell that the enemy is going to let you off, and you're going to get stunned, you're going to get hit hard, and you're not going to be let go. So it's just not going to happen.
If you are very far to the enemy base,
so in that sense, I think it's useless.
For your respawn timer, you also need to factor in the distance you have to travel to help your team again when you respawn. By then, they might have already gotten wiped because, well, they're down one person, right? So always abuse the elixir. The best way I found to abuse the elixir is basically go line of sight. You want to retreat a little from where the heat of the action is. Make sure there's no enemy players nearby you. Try on line of sight.
I've found that doesn't work.
So that those pesky range people can't put you in combat. Then pop your elixir, because any damage that you sustain will basically cancel the channel. If there's any dots on you as well, it will cancel the channel. Another good example of when you should use your elixir, let's say you just team wipe the opponent, right? And everyone is happily pushing the crystal. So technically you don't need 5 people to push the crystal. What you should be doing is, if you are low on MP, let your team push the crystal, pop the elixir to get back all your MP, because anyway there's no opponents to be fighting, and the crystal is moving by itself. So there's no opportunity cost in terms of channeling your elixir. So get your MP back, because MP is important. And that brings me to my next tip, tip number 7. Make sure you recuperate a lot. Now, recuperate costs MP, but it restores 15,000 health points. It's really strong. It's the difference between a life and death scenario.
Absolutely.
You want to bind recuperate to a keybind that's near your WASD, because you need to pop that thing on short notice. I often find it most helpful when you're weaving in recuperate heals or you're putting out damage on opponents, because chances are when you're trying to get someone down, you're also sustaining damage. So one of the pitfalls is you become overzealous on trying to take someone down, and you become blindsided to how much health you have left. So in line with this tip, you should also track your own health. Make sure your HUD is set up such that you can track the opponent's health and your own health. And long story short, spam recuperate if you need to. Another trick on recuperate is it can be used as a bait. I've seen some really good players do this as well. It's a risky maneuver, of course, but they stay half health. they try and bait people to jump them, and they keep retreating further and further in their own base. So they're trying to pull people out of position, right? As you jump them, they start spamming recuperate and start dragging you away from the battlefield or the objective. All I'm saying is, recuperate is really important. Make sure you keybind it to somewhere super convenient that you can reach at a moment's notice. Alright, tip number 8, Purify. This is extremely important. Purify is essentially the ability that gets you out of crowd control. If you're stunned, if you're rooted, you can pop Purify, which is available.
My biggest problem with Purify is the cooldown. It's 30 seconds. Once you pop that, you're dead. You're dead if you get hit with a superior, what I call superior stuns. So like there's like tiers of stuns. There's a baser stun where it just stops you for slows you down. There's a stun that actually holds you in place, but you can still attack. And then there's pure what I call the pure stun, which completely knocks you out. Like you can't use your abilities, you can't move, you're completely knocked out of the game. The pure stun is the worst to get, and quite honestly, if you can, save Purify for that, because it's gonna come. It's gonna come. There's almost always some unit on the enemy team that can use a pure stun. Save it for that if you can, or say if you're not as worried about that for whatever reason, save it for the stun that knocks. Save it for the stun that prevents you from moving. The slowdown stun, I would say this, don't ever use Purify for the slowdown stun. Unless it's literally like, this is like the final checkpoint, this is you, and you need to get there. Then use it, obviously. But outside of that scenario, only use Purify to get rid of the pure stun, or to get rid of the like mid-tier stun, which is the one that just stops you from moving altogether. Like those two, save it for that. Again, short of being like right there at the final objective.
To all the jobs in FF14 PvP, and that will get you out of crowd control. Now, why is this important to talk about? Because Purify is not something that you should use on every single crowd control. No. I'll give you an example. At the start of the match, I've seen some people pop Purify immediately without being in any form of danger. Purify should only really be used in a few scenarios. Number 1, you are about to die. If you do not break out a Purify, you'll be bursted down from 100 to 0. In that case, you should probably Purify to get out of crowd control, pop guard, or immediately pop recuperate, or a movement ability to get away. Because if you don't, you're dead. Another good time to use Purify, when the opponent has you crowd control and you are in range of a kill of one of them who's running away. In this case, you should probably pop Purify, use your mobility abilities to get to the straggler, and basically pick him off. If there's no immediate need for you to be used around the battlefield, you probably want to sit out the crowd control, because Purify can be seen as a resource. If you have it on cooldown, and you're jumping in, trying to get a kill, there's a chance you might get crowd control when you jump in, and by then you might not have Purify. You always want to have that option of being able to get out of crowd controls, so just take note of that. Now, the more advanced play of Purify is also knowing when to time the Purify, because just note that crowd control chains are extremely hard to play against. So what do I mean by that is, there's 5 players on the opposing team. Let's say they use like 3 different stuns on you. If you Purify on the first stun, then obviously you're sitting through the second and third stun absolutely dead. And it's really hard to explain when to time Purify. This is also something that over time you need to refine your own instincts on when to Purify and when to get out. All I'm saying is crowd control is lethal in this game, and Purify is your best friend. So similar to Recuperate, make sure you bind that Purify button. Don't click your Purify button. Make sure you have it close to WASD. You need to click it very quickly when you're in danger, or when the opportunity arises to get a kill. Or when someone is going to drop an LB on you and you can see it coming. Let's say the opponent Dragoon just used LB, you see the marker, you probably want to get out of your stun and get away. Tip number 9, use guard. And this is probably my biggest mistake when I first started Crystalline Conflict. I wasn't guarding enough. Now, why is this important? You see, guard on first sight can seem like a really simple ability.
Spam.
You pop guard, you take 90% less damage
but I've learned
over the next 5 seconds.
The hard way.
And it also makes you immune to CC. However, the trick about using guard is a lot of people, including myself when I first started, is I use guard in oh shit moments. Because chances are when you pop guard at oh shit moments, it's already too late. Good example is you're on 20% health, then you pop guard. And if you're caught in a CC chain, before your guard can even go through, you're already stunned or you're already dead. So guard actually needs to be used preemptively. The moment you sense people are switching targets to you, you need to be popping guard. Guard can also be used tactically to stall. For example, you have 5 seconds, you know your enemies are about to reach the final checkpoint, your allies are respawning, pop guard, delay them for 5 seconds, stand on the crystal, do not let the crystal touch the finishing line. If it means that you have to die, so be it, but at least your allies can come and potentially save the match. Guard can also be tactically used to bait. So I've seen some people do this at the start of matches where they would basically gap closer into 5 people, immediately pop guard, praying for some kind of big reaction from the opponent players. And if they somehow use their big abilities on the person using guard, then that opens the opportunity for your team to basically hit them with heavy hitting AoE damage because they are already clumped up hitting one target. So yeah, long story short, use guard. Guard is extremely potent. It also can be used against the abilities on the map that you need to dodge. For example, on the cloud map, like I said, if you guard, just as the cyclone is about to send you flying up, you will not take any form of fall damage. In fact, you won't even be sent into the sky.
Which I need to remember that, because that was a big pain in the ass of that map.
Everyone is up in the sky, and you're the only one who pop guard. You can actually push the crystal because you're the only one active on the map. So you have a couple of seconds to push the crystal. And if you are very near the opponent's base, that could be the difference between a win and a loss. Likewise, for the volcano map with the Bomberman detonations, guard can actually absorb the damage of the detonation and you wouldn't die when you eat the detonation. Long story short, learn to use guard is really important. The last and the final tip, especially for the ranked players, you need to understand that rank is a numbers game. And I've seen this happen on stream, which is it's easy to complain about having bad teammates. Like, oh, my teammate doesn't know what they're doing.
Guilty
I
search.
just keep losing because they don't know what they're doing. But the thing about team games, be it whether you're playing MOBAs like League of Legends or whether you're playing Dota 2 or you're playing probability-based games like Hearthstone or poker, you can never control the cards that you're dealt. In this case, your team members. The only thing you can control is your own ability to perform. How you
Which, you know, I fully acknowledge that it's not obviously. I do think you get landed with a lot of people who don't fucking know what they're doing, that don't even know half the stuff that Quasi's gone over in this video, and don't bother to do any of it. They fall for all the trappings. They follow an enemy that looks weak, and they get the bloodlust and they chase the rabbit and they go after it. They don't stay on the objective. They focus on KD ratios. They do all this shit, and it sucks. And the thing is, I quite frankly believe you're gonna get that the majority of the time. And he's right. He's right. At the end of the day, you can complain about it all you want, and I do. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I absolutely do. You guys have been on. For anyone who's watched this stream for any amount of time, I've complained about it numerous times, and I will continue to do so, because it's kind of like if somebody cuts you off while you're driving, right? Sometimes it's just a reflex. You're like, "Fuck you, dude!" Like, you can't help it. That's me. Like, I hate it when I get a shitty team, and I will vocalize it. But at the end of the day, it's 100% true. The only thing you can control is yourself, and you do need to do the best that you can do. Oftentimes, though, I do want to throw this in. I know, I'm assuming Quasi's going to say something similar, or kind of already has. But unfortunately, it is a team game. If you end up with a full shit team, you're going to lose. Like that's the end of it. Don't give up. Like do your best. Who knows? Maybe if you do your best, if you display to your team what they should be doing, or give them someone to rally behind, maybe just simply playing correctly and using the quick chat effectively, which is hard to do considering it's very limited in terms of communication. It's effective forms of communication, but it's still limited. But despite that, you can still hopefully in some way, shape, or form turn the tide. Just by being the one, as jackass way as I put it, the one competent player on your team. Sometimes that can be kind of invasive, and that competency, or at the very least, that genuine display of proper play, can sometimes get people to click off from the, oh, I need to get the best KD ratio, to, that's right, the crystal. Let's hold the crystal. Let's get them off that thing. Sometimes that's enough. Oftentimes it's not. Oftentimes, the cards you're dealt, if you're dealt a shit deck, you're dealt a shit deck. You're fucked. And that's going to be 90% of the time. Very rarely will you be handed a team full of people who know a fraction of what Quasi's gone over in this video. It's aggravating, it's infuriating, and if you're anything like me, you're going to vocalize how much you're pissed about it every goddamn second. But you can't control it. And you just whatever you do, just don't give up. Do your best. Try and be the example to your team. And try and communicate. That's the most you can do. That's the most you can do.
You're doing in a match. And as all the great poker players say, as long as you have more than 50% win rate, over time you will be a winner. You'll be net positive. It's the same thing in climbing ranks for FF14 Crystalline Conflict. If your win rate is more than 50%, overall you would definitely be climbing. You might fluctuate.
My win rate is 1%.
You might fall and
I'm not even joking.
Over time, you will
definitely
advance through the ladder. So why am I saying this? Well, it's important to recognize that you should not be tilting. Sometimes we are just dealt teammates that potentially AFKs, or they're just kind of there to get a quick XP to try and level fast, and they have no intention to really play the game, sometimes we are dealt cards like that. But that's life, right? It's unfair. There's ups, there's downs. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you get unlucky. But all you can control is yourself.
I have no luck,
don't
apparently.
Recognize this as a numbers game. As you continue to improve, as you skill up, your win rate should be able to move higher than 50%. And obviously, the higher you go, the faster you advance on the ladder. Crystalline Conflict
Definitely not
ranked is a
50% for me.
probabilities game.
Definitely
it's a
not.
numbers game. Focus on yourself. Don't tilt. Just simply enjoy the game. Just know that even if you're getting stomped, the entire match is over in a few minutes anyway. You have nothing to lose. And with that, my friends, I believe that's my first Final Fantasy XIV guide, actually. So let me know if you found this helpful. And if you'd like to see more PvP guides
about
regarding
making
Crystalline
guides
Conflict,
before,
make
but-
sure to subscribe to this channel by clicking this button right
Yes.
here. More content is
Yes, subscribe to Quasi. He is God. He is amazing. He is awesome. This man right here. This glorious atlas of a man. Support him. See this like button, you click the like button. You see the subscribe button, you click the subscribe button. You see this bell icon, you click bell, and you make sure it's the all get all that shit. Get every notification you can from this guy, okay? Quasi is the man. Quasi is great. I love Quasi's content. The World of Fruit Bowls videos I always recommend, by the way. They are hilarious to me. But yeah, and the thing is, with most of Quasi's points in this, most of them I kind of already inherently knew. The most useful ones for me in terms of learning is the HUD, optimizing the HUD. That is something I need to do, and tab targeting. That's been a big problem. It's very unreliable, and that's 100% correct. So I'm definitely gonna adjust to get off of tab targeting and see if I can just target by clicking on where they are in their unit roster. I hopefully that'll result in a very strong turnaround, but we'll see. Anyway, mad thanks as always to Quasi for the very useful, very helpful, very god tier video. Much appreciated. All right. Now, back to the fray. Sagevard, welcome to the stream. I win by putting my dark butt in the point and being as tanky as I can, and that's what I've been doing. But there's been very few victories have resulted in that. I already did the front line, Sagevard. Same Sagevard. I loved PvP before PvP as well. I didn't spam it as much as you, that's for sure. I don't have 1,000 games, but I played Frontlines regularly. I did that roulette regularly. I liked PvP before Crystalline was added. I didn't like Rival Wings, but Frontlines I've always loved Frontlines. I find it weird people said it wasn't good before now. Like, I don't know. I don't agree with that. I've always enjoyed Frontlines. I find it fun. Zoro of Chaos, welcome to the stream. Green Tide, it does more damage. We play Paladins, so none of the tips work. My job is to stay on the point no matter what. I miss people if I die or need regroup. Hey, the same as me. Same as me, bro. Be on the point. Exactly, thank you. And that's the thing. I stay on the point. I stay on the point. Even when I was playing Reaper, I pretty much was straddling the crystal. Okay. I don't know why this is so hard. Like nearly every team I get saddled with, they clearly care more about the KD ratio. They clearly care about it because I've seen so many of them just fuck off, and they're not dead. They just chase the rabbit, and it's so fucking annoying. So fucking annoying. But yeah, my win ratio is definitely not even close to 50%. Not even close. Not even close. Yeah, not even remotely fucking close. Because 28 victories, right? I've easily 20 losses in between one victory and another, easily. So no, that's nah. My luck with my teams has been terrible. But as Quasi just brought up, it's the luck of the draw, and I've never been a good poker player, so my luck is unfortunately consistent here. I can't really think there's many opportunities though. I've had none. I've had no opportunities to retreat as a tank. I can't think of a single one. Honestly, I mean this honestly. I can't think of a single opportunity I've had to retreat as a tank. Because once you're in the fray, you're the target. You either get stunned by everybody and their mother, or you get attacked by everyone and their mother, or both. They don't let you run. So I've never had that opportunity to retreat. Oh fuck, I forgot to edit the... Hopefully we can do it in the... Hold on. Let me edit this... HUD layout... Duty... Alright, so let's bring this over... here... Let's bring that over as well... Alright, that'll have to do. Alright. Hopefully this will make a big difference. Alright, go on. Alright. See if I can also time my guards correctly. This is the one that's the biggest fucking pain in the ass. Crap. Come on, come on. Oh fuck, no, 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 no. I'm dead. I'm dead. Yeah, I fucking hate that so much. I didn't see anybody go for it though, that's the thing. Any top rank assume? No, I don't care about rank, to be honest. I just want the ARCHFIEND gear. And I really didn't see much of a difference between ranked and casual, so. I think we're gonna need to regroup a little bit here. the objective, move the objective, move the objective, move the objective. Nope. Fuck! I'm a hate that. I hate that. I hate that. I hate it. Aw, I wanted to give the commendation to the healer. Damn it. Alright, that went better, but I don't know if... I think that time it felt... I didn't really feel like I actually adapted to the HUD change that fast, so I think that time was just... We lucked out. I lucked out with a better team. Thank you, Quasi, for the good jinx. Garo gear, if I care about that. Not really. I have the title equipped, so if I happen to win enough matches for some of the mounts, cool. I'm not really, like, targeting it, though. The ARCHFIEND gear is what I want. That's what I'm thirsting for. That's what's got me hot and bothered. So all DPS versus all DPS and a tank. Okay. They got no Dragoon. Neither do we, to be fair. They do have a Red Mage. So do we. Why does everyone... Again, it's not Lich King. I see... It looks like the Witch King of Angmar, or it looks like Sauron. Way more than it looks like the Lich King. Why does everyone make that comparison? I feel like I'm back in that debate with the whole, like, Ishola's not really the greatest waifu thing. God damn it. Okay. Alright, moving on. Fuck. I spammed recuperate. Ludian J is best waifu? No, he's best husbando. Also, welcome Jonathan Adkins. Fall back, regroup, fall back, regroup. And I'm dead. I hate that so much. At least with the bombards, it doesn't feel as cheap to me. And I'm dead. I hate that so fucking much. It's so cheap. And the thing is, I don't even know how you really... Other than watching the other team and... But even then, you can't possibly watch all of them simultaneously to see who jumps on the point or not. Fuck, I accidentally hit Purify. God, this is aggravating. Thing is, I think I have to use tab targeting, because the thing is, I move with my mouse. So I have to basically stop moving to click on the person I want to attack, and that's not efficient, as I was hoping it would be. I think I'm gonna end the stream there, and I don't think I'm gonna be streaming myself playing the Crystal Conflict again, or any PvP, because if anything, I'm just not good at it, and I don't think that's what you guys want to watch all day long, is me fucking getting raked over the coals. So I'm gonna do it on my own time. It'll be a little bit before I stream again, normal FF, because I am still, you know, my desire to get the ARCHFIEND gear is no less, but I don't think it's any entertaining to watch. So I'm going to call it there. Thanks, guys, for watching and putting up with my absolute horrid PvP streak, and hope you guys have a good afternoon.